Now, going over to the Culture Part podcast, you have Advanced Auto Parts DEI policies leaked, and they even include raising money to actually pay for sex changes for minors. Yeah, yet another reason not to shop there as if you needed one. Now, this is coming to us thanks to Libs of TikTok on the good old X Twitter. I'll pull that up here. Which she says, quote, breaking, Libs of TikTok has obtained inter-trading materials from Advanced Auto Parts detailing a complete DEI takeover of the company policy and culture. It includes race-based hiring practices, discriminating against white people, and encouraging employees to snitch on fellow workers who don't follow DEI policies. Yet another company has fallen to the woke mind virus, unquote. Which actually is a good moment for me to actually bring up. Now I'm curious, what is their stock price looking like today? Let's see here. Advanced Auto Parts stock. Might be a coincidence, but the stock dropped 1.92% earlier this week. Though again, still doing pretty darn good. In the short term, oh wow, 5-year trend. This stock is trash. 5-year trend is down 50%, 54.82% to be precise. Past 1 year is down 10.53%. Year to date is down 1%. 6 months is down 1.26%. In 1 month, they go up 2.35%. Last week went up about 5%. Not too good at Advanced Auto Parts. Currently trading for $61.02 per share. Though, granted, by the time I render and upload this video, it will change because the stock market does. And again, not financial advice. And here it looks like a little 2-minute breakdown of it.
Libs of TikTok has received documents pertaining to DEI and LGBTQ training being pushed inside Advanced Auto Parts, one of the most popular auto parts suppliers in the country. As part of their training, Advanced Auto Parts dives deep into diversity, equity, and inclusion with a vision to embrace, quote, the diversity of people, thoughts, skills, and experiences. So what do they mean by, quote, diversity of people? According to Advanced Auto Parts' diverse team, this means targeting underrepresented groups such as pride organizations and various other networks of minority groups. They even go as far as providing direct links for recruiters. Of course, one specific group of people is clearly absent for not being diverse enough. HR teams are expected to ensure the execution of DEI strategies throughout the company's hiring process to make sure recruitment is as diverse as possible.
Actually, I'm looking at these flags. I was gonna say, whoever's making flags these days is making a killing because there's so many different of them. So it looks like, well, the first flag on the second page is Align, the African American Leading Inclusion. Another one's ADA, the Advancement for Different Abilities. Fuego. What? Granted, I didn't speak a lot of Spanish, even though my fans from Cuba, but I'm pretty sure that just means hot. But here, in this case, it says Fostering Unity, Engagement, Growth, and Opportunities, Latino Networks. That's hilarious. How is that not like considered cultural appropriation or pejorative or stereotypical? The Hispanic one is called Fuego? Really? Fascinating. You also have Icon, which I don't think they mean the tool company. Pretty sure that's an exclusivity contract with Harbor Freight, or they OEM them actually. So Icon is International Cultural Opportunities Network, embraces diversity as a liaison between the Asian and non-Asian members. Yet, you don't just have Pride. They have Advanced Pride 2.0, perhaps. They say Advanced Pride and Allies Network fosters visibility and growth for members of the allies of the LGBTQ. Those close-minded bigots, they forgot the IA. The apostrophe mark. Then they have the service flag, which International Cultural Opportunities Networks embraces diversity of cultural identities between service and WIM. The Women in Motion Network. Although, fascinatingly enough, the same people that cannot define what a woman is, but I partially digress. A lot of flags.
In fact, the company even pledged to increase its leadership representation of women and people of color separately by 25% by the year 2026. Additionally, leaders of the company
the stock is crashing. Maybe focus on that.
Are tasked with actively championing DEI policies throughout their teams, including holding peers and teams accountable for delivering DEI goals. As part of their company's cultural beliefs training, Advanced Auto Parts expects all employees to help promote an equitable, anti-racist environment which is free from discrimination or harassment.
Equitable is just new speak for Marxism and communism.
One of the ways they will achieve this is by encouraging its employees to report on others who are not following DEI values or are engaging in biased behavior or microaggressions. Yet another company has decided to latch on to the woke mind virus, forcing a radical agenda of diversity and inclusion on its employees.
Let the free market speak. Shop there or do not. Accordingly. Yeah, Advanced Auto Parts. Fascinatingly enough, they're more interested in what you're doing with your parts as opposed to parts in the back room or some funny automotive pun. Now, they also say it gets more concerning. So she says Advanced Auto Parts supports sex changes for surgeries for minors. This comes from, pull this up. So she says more. On Advanced Auto Parts has a program called Spark, which appropriately named considering they sell spark plugs. So I understand where that name comes from. However, that program Spark is where employees earn points they can give to a charitable donation. One of the charities they offer is the Trevor Project, which has a radical LGBT organization that promotes transitioning kids. That's what Advanced Auto Parts is supporting. And here you can actually see there's a donation page, and they have the Trevor Project says gender affirming care for the youth. It says, quote, gender affirming care has been shown to reduce suicide, ideation, and attempts to transition individuals, along with social support, family support, and reduction of discrimination. Fascinatingly enough, no, bullshit. Pardon the French, but if you read most studies, the suicide rate of 40% is the same regardless of the surgery or not. Which again shows that surgery does nothing except line the pocketbooks of those doctors. Although I don't know, I don't think they actually, I'm pretty sure they get digitally paid these days, but nevertheless, you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not for the well-being of the people there. Now, going to the comment section, one of the first comments comes from Plaintive Memes, though they did not respond to meme form, a little disappointing. But they say, quote, DEI policies have no place in a free society, getting 1.5 thousand likes. Also, Zupa says, quote, now Advanced Auto Parts has gone woke, guess it's time they go broke, getting 1,000 likes. Oh. Let's see here. Which means you might have to go somewhere else, like AutoZone, which 99% sure that is headquartered in the great state of Tennessee. Which I only know because I like to try to sell them IT stuff. Basically, if I appreciate your store patronage, I'll probably want to work with you. But nevertheless, I try to focus on great places in Texas. Yeah, Cash Lorenz says DEI is institutional racism, getting 53 likes. America AF says time to boycott, getting 1.1 thousand likes, which, again, especially when you look at automobiles and kind of demographics of who buys them, on average, I venture to say most people that do DEI or DIY stuff and have gas cars are probably, on average, more in the middle or more to the right, politically speaking. Now, again, as DEI has become a political thing, cultural thing, on average, it's mainly loved by leftists and people who are on the left side, who have a much more higher propensity, I would argue, to buy EVs, which require basically nothing from Advanced Auto Parts except for maybe windshield wipers and washer fluid. I mean, when you think at what they sell at Advanced Auto Parts or the competitors like O'Reilly's or AutoZone, all that kind of stuff, I mean, a lot of the internal combustion engine cars would go there for, maybe get you some oil, get some spark plugs. I guess the EVs have the cabin air filters as well. We got the oil filters. I mean, there's a lot more maintenance in general, though I would argue still cheaper ROI compared to replacing battery on EV. But when you look at who's buying stuff at Advanced Auto Parts, I would guess they're more the people that wouldn't like DEI. And yet they're still embracing this. Now, there's the question, who is their biggest shareholders? Because again, it's publicly traded, so anyone can buy their stock. Let's see here. Spelling usually helps. Stock. Here, if I just say largest shareholder, I think we know who's the biggest ones. Yep, of course. Look at the biggest shareholders. They are BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. What is this? IJR shares. That's a new one for me. Yeah, they said institutions own 99.4% of Advanced Auto Parts shares, while individual insiders own 0.535. State and local governments own 0.0816. Top 25 shareholders own 81.33% of the company. That is as of January 2023. Yeah, good old BlackRock Vanguard. Again, they're not doing this for the customers. They're doing it because their shareholders are pushing it. We also have Ryan in the comment section saying DEI racism and DEI is racism and hiring and promoting people that should be illegal. Grammar be damned, I read it. It's got 839 likes. Florida One Now says, forget Advanced Auto Parts and Dunkin' Donuts. Americans have a choice to spend their cash in companies that support patriots. Getting 829 likes. True. These ain't contrarian statements. Not thus far. Michael Savell says, thank you for posting this. I go out my way to avoid companies who embrace racism, DEI's Marxist ideology, and the definition of racism. Getting 529 likes. Jersey Shore says, time to Bud Light Advanced Auto Parts. Getting 214 likes. Plan D says, racism is not okay in either direction. I'm getting 276 likes. Gibby says, who's ever going to Advanced Auto Parts again? Getting 350 likes. Which, yeah, must be a rough time to be an employee there. All those mouse struggle sessions. So out, and let's see, we'll do one more meme. Hard Truth says it's a meme of SpongeBob holding a piece of paper. The piece of paper says Advanced Auto Parts. He looks at it funny and throws it on fire and just smiles. Got 93 likes. So an interesting direction for Advanced Auto Parts, which, again, I'm not sure how they're doing in general. Their stock's been crumbling like a rock. I mean, again, 50% off in the past 5 years. Is that what it... I mean, that's terrible. I just can't get over that. Yeah, down 54.84% in the past 5 years. I mean, this certainly is going to... I don't see how it's going to help that stock. I mean, will this mean BlackRock will buy even more shares, drive the price up? Maybe that's what their thoughts are. But yeah, I was pretty shocked of all the companies to go into the DEI trend. I wouldn't have guessed it would be Advanced Auto Parts, but let me know in the comments. Are you surprised? And then again, some of these companies, after the public feedback, they've pulled back and changed their policies to reflect what the consumers want. Do you think they will in this instance? Let me know in the comments, because as always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I really appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down or a comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.